Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a little stretch. It's actually Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, including my own. I spent the morning in the mountains on a little getaway with my in-laws. This afternoon I'm going to see my own mum, so it means it's 1 p.m. on a Sunday and I haven't yet done my Sunday long run. So just stretching the muscles that are a little bit sore from sitting in a car. And I'm about to go out and do my longest run of the year, 2 hours and 15 minutes I've got. I'm gonna see how my long run goes, and then I will report back. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, one more thing. I'm representing the boys today. I'll tell you what that means later, but for now, testing out the singer.
First half, really hard. Second half, not so bad. I don't know, I was hurting on the way out from the get-go. I had a bit of pain in my hip. Also, I was trying to stretch out before the run and pain in my knees. And yeah, it was just tough. It was just tough going out. I think it's also tough with a full belly after breakfast and in the sun. So yeah, conditions were a bit of a stretch. But then just took a gel, and on the way home, maybe it was a mental thing too, just started feeling good. It's still slower than I usually do a long run. A bit tired this week, but yeah, just got into the swing of things. It's just one of those runs where you just take a while to get into it. You know what I mean? And now Gatorade, gonna make a protein shake. Then I'm off to Mum's house because it's Mother's Day. About 400 milliliters of milk, 5 of the finest ice cubes, 1 banana, 1 scoop of protein powder, and a generous ass scoop of peanut butter. Welcome to episode 2. 8 weeks to go. Every time I check the calendar, it feels like the weeks are just disappearing before me. 8 weeks, that's not long. That's not long. I don't feel ready at the moment. I don't feel ready at all. I had a big long run yesterday, my biggest long run of the year, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and did not pull up too well. So I'm hoping for some better luck this week. It was a big week last week, at 107 kilometers. So this is Monday. And I'm supposed to do an hour today, but my legs are just not feeling like it. So I've given myself half an hour instead. I've been kind to myself. And then I'll go to the gym. But God, I'm just enjoying this afternoon. It is stunning. myself. That's pretty good half an hour done. Now straight onto the gym with a beautiful sunset.
Something could be haunted.
So what do I mean build? As in episode 2 build? Well, I mean a few things. Firstly, the obvious. In the first few weeks of your marathon training block, it's all about building up the mileage. Now, ideally, you'll have a pretty good foundation to start with before you start that marathon block. Now, I don't expect you to be running 100 kilometers a week like I was, but that's the place that I'm beginning when I get into my marathon block. So it's not going to be an extreme climb. I want to get up to 120 kilometers. And I want to do that quite soon because that marathon is coming up very, very fast. If you're building, hopefully from some sort of running foundation, you can use the 10% rule, increasing week by week by no more than 10%. Obviously, there's a few nuances to that. If you have a down week, for example, but you've been running a certain amount of mileage for the 4 weeks before that, you can probably use an average of those 4 weeks and you can build on that. You don't have to start again. Give me 1 second, then I'll be back. Now, a key part of that build is building your long run. That is your Sunday long run or whenever the heck you do it, your longest run of the week. Same rule applies, probably a 10% rule. The long run is going to be a fundamental part of your overall mileage. Now, mileage, overall, whatever you want to get it to, is probably going to depend on your ability and your experience. Here is a very broad guideline based on what I found on the internet, but do your own research. Now, how much you want to build then mandates how many weeks you should put. Look how nice that is outside. Stunning. I want to face that way. How many weeks you should put into your marathon block? It might be 16, 12, 10, but if you have a pretty good running foundation like me, my marathon block's only 9 weeks. Give me 1 second. There's a couple of other parts to this build. And one is what I believe, in building your body. And that is where I am right now, going to the gym. I think strength training is fundamental for runners. It really helps strengthen your body. It keeps your form really good, particularly when you start to fatigue. It's fantastic for your legs in terms of that conditioning, that strength when you go through those kilometers and you're starting to get really, really tired. I've found huge benefits in doing strength training alongside my running regime. Now, the focus of gym should absolutely be on your legs. But that doesn't mean you need to neglect your upper body. I reckon there's huge benefits in also training your upper body. The last part of build is that mental build. Building that resilience for running. It's a huge part of endurance running, particularly when you're running that marathon and you hit that wall and you need to push through. It's this fella up here that's gonna get you through, even when your body is so sore. Yesterday I struggled with that run a little bit and I really needed to play some positive mental games to get me through in the second half. I went from thinking, why am I still sore so far after that half marathon? God, I'm in pain. God, I suck at running. And I don't know if my body's gonna be ready in time for this race. And then I turned it into, God damn, look how far I've come. I'm running more than 2 hours, I can just do that. A casual 28 kilometers on a Sunday afternoon. Look how far I've come, man. You've got to appreciate the journey. Let me know if you have any kind of mental strategies or way of dealing with the pain when it gets hard out there when you're running. I'm sure you do. I'm sure everyone goes through this. So let me know in the comments below. I'd be really keen to hear what you guys think. Well, that's my 50 minutes done. Time to go eat some dinner. Hi guys, it's Tuesday morning. I wasn't feeling great yesterday afternoon and I said I'd wake up and see how I felt this morning on my legs to see if I'd even go for a run at all or whether I'd do an easy run, but true to myself, I woke up and actually feeling all right. Some of the soreness that I had yesterday is kind of dissipated, so I'm gonna give it a go this morning and try some reps. I've got some K reps, 6 by 1K, and naturally, I'll report back. I'll see you soon. The sets went pretty good. I think I hit most of them and I felt okay during the sets. And then by the warm down, parts of my leg that I didn't know I had started hurting. So, time to rest for a bit, I think. I need to recover in time for this race on Sunday. Alright, breaky time. Yummy bowl of oats. So a couple of things before we wrap up. One, on Sunday, I have a race. I've mentioned a few times in this vlog, but I don't think I've directly spoken about it. It's the GC30. I'm just doing the 15K race and it's a fantastic event that's at Main Beach here on the Gold Coast. Half road, half trails. Done it before, did it last year, came second. I'll have to do even better than that this time. So to all you local runners, I hope I'll see a bunch of you there at the event. If anyone is there and not racing themselves, if you happen to take some footage of the race of me and you can send it to me, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. The second thing is the giveaway. For those of you who don't know, as part of this GC 239 series, I'm doing a giveaway. At the end of the series, I'm giving away a brand new pair of race shoes. Who wouldn't want that? You need a password. There's a letter from each episode. So far, you should have collected 2 letters, including from this episode. I'm not going to tell you where it is. You have to go find it. And number 3, I was on a podcast this week. It's a running podcast run by a couple of local legends, and it was a pleasure to go on their pod and speak about all things running. The title of their podcast is Good Running, and the episode is out now, so go check them out. I'll put a sample at the end of this video, which is now, so stick around. I'm Average, I'm Slim. I'll definitely see you next week. Oh, it was good. It was good oats.
God, it's so funny. You're like, I hate the marathon, but I'm going for it again. Like, now I'm going to have to knock this one over.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos, brother. Let's go.
It is a hatred that I go into this next one. I want to destroy it now, eh? Like,
100%.
I'm almost mad.
So you had a 5-minute gain. Well, a 5-minute loss in your eyes from like your last marathon. But what's the goal for this next marathon then?
So I'm going to, I don't know, you kind of pretend that it's not about what I got, it's what I kind of should have got, and then I want to improve from there sort of thing. So I want to kind of skip the whole 240s and go into the 230s. So I've kind of set this goal that I want to run sub 240, 230 something, 230. I've said 239, and I've kind of, started this series on the basis of I want to run 239. Then I got all these people being like, "Oh, you're undercooking it. This is not a bold enough goal. Blah blah. Like you should be aiming for way more than this." And it's sort of like, well, I hate running marathons. I'm not good at running marathons. I still think it's like a decent time to run.
It's hard to block out that internal head noise from other people, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's an absurd thing to be like, oh, you've just started a goal? Shit goal.
Yeah.
Go faster.
Yeah, right?
there's so many different things, as you said, in the marathon. And also some people are weighted differently. You'll see
Yeah.
people like their specialties in the half marathon. And
Yeah.
the 5K should be faster than it is. And I think mine is weighted towards these shorter distances. I'm just a better runner at the shorter distances. And I just don't have that endurance training over years yet because I'm still quite new at running
Of course.
at this level.
Yeah.
To be a really good marathoner yet. So I'm bloody going to do my best. But let's see how 2:39 goes, all right, guys?
Yeah, I reckon that's...
Let me have it.
That's such a good freaking time anyway. I reckon if you ran 2:30, that's exquisite. That'd be a great time. And I think that would definitely reflect you as a runner. I think if you would have run faster than that, that's a prize. But
Yeah.
like if you would have run 2:40, it probably doesn't sound as good as 2:39.
It doesn't, does it?
2:39
just 'cause-
just
just 'cause
rings
when you're on
off
the-
the tongue a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
When you're on the edge,
Yeah.
you're in the middle, doesn't matter. But you're on the edge.
Yeah, you
wanna
take
get
like
to the-
2:39 for 51.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Mate,
And
as
then
long
you
as
just say, I'm
it's
in the
two-
230s.
Yeah.
It's been very vague.
You just do
Very
2,
big
3, and then X.
Who
And they'll be like,
cares about the 9? Just, I ran like, I was like 230 something.
230
Like
something.
230 something.
when you have like grandkids and you're like, back in my day, I was a 2:30 marathon runner. And they're like, wait, what? Were you really? Look up the results. It's like, Dad, you were 2:39.